All right, everybody, welcome back to Trap Chat. Thanks for sticking around. This is the third segment here, and we're gonna talk about something that I kind of was setting up in the previous segment. Sharp doesn't know yet. I told him I have this topic. We're gonna.
He's about to blow your minds, apparently, guys. Brace yourself.
I don't know.
You know those memes. Brace yourself.
I mean,
Beezy's about to speak.
It may be a mind blowing thing. It may not be, but it's one of those things that when I thought about, and I actually looked up all the numbers or all the history of this, and realized that this has happened. This is the first season in the history of the Toronto Raptors where the opening night roster has been the exact same roster for the entire season. Nobody's been traded, nobody's been added, nobody's been waived, no 10-day contracts. The only transactions that have happened, Bruno and Bebe up and down the D-League. Other than that, this is the first time where all 15 guys start the season on the Raptors. All 15 guys are likely going to end the season on the Raptors. I thought this was mind-blowing as we got closer and closer to the end of the season, and we're now here at this juncture. Again, who knows? Your jury might whip a 10-day out and throw this all into shambles. But I thought that was remarkable. And you could look back. Nobody waived. Nobody traded. Nobody 10-day contracts.
No transactions.
No transactions at all.
That could lend itself to the whole theory of the Raptors being a bit too predictable. Maybe because there has been no movement or no pieces in and out, so therefore maybe the coaching staff didn't feel a need to really juggle things, especially when it was working earlier in the season. If they had that mentality, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Although we know it's broke now, and to be honest, it probably was broke back then. But the Raptors were just having strokes of luck getting by. But I mean, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I know. As one of the people who were kind of hoping that Ujiri might make a trade deadline move or something like that. Didn't happen, obviously.
But I mean, like, you think about it. I mean, outside of just the trade deadline, no waves of anybody.
Even during,
signing
like
our 10-day.
Our two main stars have gone down at different points of the season, and that's typically a time when a GM would go out and make some sort of move, even if it was a 10-day contract.
What does that say? What is Masai Ujiri doing and saying? What statement is he making?
What do you think what statement?
Well, this is what I think. Partly what I think is that it's just a confluence of things that are happening. The fact that the Raptors were a strong enough team going into the last season's off season, that Ujiri felt that he didn't want to make too many crazy moves, throw in a couple pieces and see what we got. The fact that the team went off to a great start gave the impression that obviously the roster, the way it was constructed, was solid enough to get the team to wherever it needed to be without any additions. The other thing I was thinking in regards to this is Ujiri probably has also chosen not to make any kind of real major moves because of the fact that there's about 5 or 6 guys whose contracts expire at the end of this season. So, not making
that flexibility.
Yeah, not losing that flexibility.
It's not like being stagnant or just keeping things the way they are just because they seem to be working at the moment. It's not necessarily the ultimate strategy. You know what I mean? I understand stability. I'm not saying to blow up the team and trade people left, right, and center, but we should always look to. And because I'm not in any way looking down on Ujiri's what he's done so far, because I think he's done a masterful job. I'm just thinking that it's always good to be looking to add things and improving.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Masai is obviously on the phones all the time, on his BlackBerry all the time, and fielding calls, potential deals are probably always in the works. So
One thing I will say this is that this would have never happened under the Brian Colangelo era.
exactly,
Shout out to Brian Colangelo because I'm not dissing him either. He did in my opinion, I know a lot of people have their varying opinions, but I think he did a pretty good job while he was here.
Way to go, BC.
But one thing we know, he had a hot trigger finger when it comes to trades and transactions. So
3 week BC. That's what I called it. Every 3 weeks, something was happening. Signing, trade, wave.
Something has to be new.
Knocking on people's doors, trying to get them to come to the team. Something was happening.
Brought in pasta. He brought in pizza.
I actually heard that Turtle really does like pizza. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
I didn't even know
No,
that.
yeah, he
before.
does. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just a.
Yeah, he would eat pizza before, like,
thing,
I think
yeah.
a whole box of pizza before a
Yeah.
game or something.
I didn't know that. So it's, why we're bringing up
pizza and ball.
But
But
yeah,
I think that's been covered before.
sorry. Just think about that. No additions. Nobody's been waiting.
No additions, no subtractions.
Nobody.
Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Do you think that's caused some of the issues that the Raptors have, or do you think that's caused them to be more stable overall, or do you think this is going to roll into the playoffs and it's going to pay its dividends there? Visit trapsince95.com. Leave comments on the Trap Chat at Trap95. That's on Twitter and Instagram. You'll also find us on Facebook, Trap95. On YouTube, please leave your video responses. Trap95 once again. Shout out to the Trap Since 95 team.
Shout out to Trap Since 95. The squad.
The squad. We're ready for the playoffs. Let's go. We the North. Let's go Raptors. We got this.
It's time.
It doesn't matter because you know what it is.
It's for fans, for better.
For worse, forever.
Lou Williams, 6th Man of the Year.
See you next time on Trap Chat.